going.
All right. So this is the Cashmerette Pembroke dress. This is the tester edition. This comes undone. Woo!
Da 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 da. Boom, boom.
Friends, welcome to Stay Stitching. My name is Carla. I am here today to talk to you about Cashmerette Patterns' latest release, and it is the Pembroke dress and tunic. Now, I was a pattern tester for this pattern, and I've already shown you, I put the pictures of me in the front so that you would know what I was talking about when I started talking about the dress. I've already taken the dress off. I'm not wearing anything me made. This is a $5 t-shirt from Walmart, someplace, I think Walmart. So it was the first time that I ever did a pattern test. They sent me the trench coat before this one. That was the release before this one, but I didn't have time to get that done. Sometimes pattern tests want it done really quickly, like within 2 weeks. And at the time that trench coat came out for testing, I knew that there was no way I had time in 2 weeks, enough time in those 2 weeks in my schedule to make that one. So I had declined that one. Then I got this one and I saw the line drawings, which are here. And I can't remember if it was July or August, but I remember that I told Troy, I'm gonna hate this dress. It's too bodycon for me and I'm gonna have to wear Spanx. And so, but I did it anyway because I don't want to be the kind of slacker who says they're going to do something and then they don't. And I had already not done the trench coat. And so I thought, I'm just going to go ahead and do this, you know, just go through it and see how it sews up. So, as I was determining what size to cut, I settled on, I don't actually know what size I said. Oh, I settled on a size 18 for the top. And then in the size CD bust, because Cashmerette Patterns have different fronts according to your bust size, C, D, E, F, and maybe G, H. And so I cut the CD and I cut it out of an 18. Now, I knew or thought that I needed a lot of extra room in my hips because that's where my mommy belly sticks out the most, you know, right even with my hips. And so I graded this out from the 18 here to the, I don't know what size this would be. Let's see, 18 to the 22, okay? I did that on the front and I did it on the back. Now, I am not an expert at grading, especially between sizes. And I knew that looked somewhat extreme, but I was doing the best I can and I used a French curve and everything and cut it out and sewed it up and put it on, and it was like I had jodhpurs on. Right where that grading out was, there was a big old floppy sack of empty fabric on both sides, clearly sticking out way too far. And so I had to go back and like get my curve out and like shave that off. I think maybe I could still do it a little bit more, but I've lost 20 pounds since I made that dress. So, interesting thing, I finished the dress, put it on. It had the jodhpur thing, so that was clearly a no-go. It had to be fixed. That was no fault of the pattern. So I took it back, I straightened that out a little bit, sewed it back up, and then put it back on, and even 20 pounds heavier than I am today, it looked fine. I didn't need Spanx. I didn't wear Spanx the first time I tried it on. Then it had to go away because it got cold and I never did have a chance to wear it. So I've actually never worn this dress. But the video that you just saw today was done today. And we're home on a snow day, so I'm getting some stuff done. So it may look like you're gonna need Spanx, but you really don't. And that is something that, you know, many of us, I think, maybe especially my age and up, because we didn't have the body positivity that is going around right now. We didn't have that. We had supermodels that we had to measure up to. So when I am not, you know, the perfect size, then that equates to me not pretty, not attractive, should not be wearing anything except for loose, baggy clothing, okay? That's me. Nobody, you know, that's just me. That's what I've taken from my life and my upbringing and whatever. So that's been my thought process. Well, Jenny Rushmore, the owner of Cashmerette, she designs contemporary patterns which are much closer fitting to the body than what I typically wear. They're more, well, they're contemporary. And younger women are not afraid to have fabric touching, you know, what I like to call my areas of concern. And so I have another project coming up I'm going to do another video on that I felt like was too small, a Cashmerette pattern. And once I got it on and styled it, I think it probably isn't for other people. Like they wouldn't think that it was too small on me, but I do, because it kind of touches my skin and everything. So somehow, the way through Jenny's drafting, it's kind of magical. I don't know how to describe it, but I am very phobic about close-fitting things. Not pants, I don't care about that. But it's my gut, really, that I don't want showing. And this dress is very flattering. I am not wearing Spanx in the video that you just saw. I have on a half slip. And just because I didn't want the t-shirt to cling to my underwear, because I'm not wearing slippery underwear. So I needed a half slip to make sure that this dress could glide over my body as I twisted and turned. Because I do think that it brings attention to your bits if the fabric gets hung up on them. Like, you know, if your shirt is hung up on your boob like this, then that's, you know, obviously drawing attention to that area. And so by wearing a slip under this, that helps that. So everything went very smoothly. I really like this thick neckline. I zigzagged this whole thing, and the reason why I did that is because I didn't want to serge a test garment not knowing whether I would have to make adjustments to it. So I think if I had, the 18 at the top is good. If I had maybe graded out from the 18 to the 20 at the hips, I think that would have been more than enough. And I think it would have been a more gradual change. And so this fabric is just some vintage fabric that I have. I don't know if it's from the 80s or the 90s. It's actually a pretty thin cotton jersey, but I thought it was pretty for a summer dress. And I will wear it when it gets warm in April or May. The only note that I took that confused me was, I can't find my notes, I've got the whole, I did write down that I was a little confused. Here it is. I was a little confused about which notches the tie went into. Now again, I made this in July or August, so I'm not 100% sure what that, you know, here's the tie, and something confused me. Keep in mind, Jenny, if you're watching this, that I'm easily confused, so don't think that it was anything that you did. Now, so this is definitely not a winter item, but you also have this tunic, which I am probably going to make in December. And I think I'm going to make all 3 of the necklines for this tunic. We have the loose turtleneck, and then there's a scoop neck, and then there's a jewel neck. And so I just think that that is going to be a fun thing to have, to throw on all throughout the winter for coziness sake. You know, if you had a necklace on with that, and maybe a cardigan and cute shoes, you would have an outfit that was nice enough for work, at least for school teaching. So I think that's all. What does this say? Pembroke dress and tunic. Take on your day with the Pembroke dress and tunic. This iconic t-shirt dress in midi or tunic length features an optional waist tie and modern split hem. Choose from 3 neckline options: scoop, jewel, or turtleneck, and either cuffed or hemmed sleeves. I did do the cuffed sleeves, and I really like them. I think that that is super cute, and I think it makes it just look a little bit nicer. So I'm pretty happy with that. And this Cashmerette goes from a size 12, CD, EF, or GH cups, all the way up to a size 28. And those measurements are, for the size 12, bust can be 40, 41, or 42, waist is 32, hip is 42. And then for the 28, bust can either be 56, 57, 58, waist can be 48, and hip can be 58. So these are very size inclusive patterns. I feel like Jenny is thinking about me when she creates her patterns. I feel like, you know, I'm not left out. She makes you feel like there's nothing wrong with you, the size that you are. She is not oblivious or ignoring the fact that so many women are busty. And so I just feel like she's got a customer for life in me. I don't know how many of these, 10 or 12 of Jenny's patterns, and will eventually buy all of them just because they are easy to fit. And even when I did take time to grade that out, I didn't need to grade it so big. And I think I'm rambling now. We're home on a snow day. I don't know if I told you that. Oh, I think I did. So getting some stuff done around here, and we have snow, so it's nice. I hope that you are having a fantastic day, and maybe you'll get a snow day sometime soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.